Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for Bitcoin price prediction based on Elliott wave analysis, and starting here on the daily chart looking at our bull cycle where we see a 1, 2, 3, 4 and a 5 toward the upside. As you can see, currently we are inside the wave 5, which is higher potential that it is done and finished. Of course, if you are still bullish, then you're still looking for one more wave toward the upside in a wave 5, which is of course a lower possibility right now, and that because of course that we have left our acceleration channel, and even we have broken our base channel again, of course, with this correction toward the downside, which is not a good signal of continuation for higher prices. First, we need of course to break the base channel as an indication that of course that there is some potential to enter again the acceleration channel. And second thing, of course, you want to break the acceleration channel, which it might make a very strong resistance there. And then, of course, you want to move inside it, of course, to see, of course, higher prices and say that, yes, we potentially have one more wave toward the upside. And this one more wave should be, of course, higher than 110K, of course, in case it happened. However, lower possibility where we have 1, 2, 1, 2 here, and then 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, and then one more 4 and a 5. Now the possibility is as well lower, but that also because as this wave 1, it doesn't look like an impulse, it looks like 3 waves, which gives us of course the potential that here we have finished kind of in a zigzag, giving us of course the other scenario here that we probably have a big WX and a Y, or wave Y is kind of a triangle or even a flat here, finishing of course and starting with very clear impulses here for 1, 2, and then clear impulse for 1 and 2. Regardless to this one, it looks of course 3 waves and not an impulse like these two, and then 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, and of course finishing this bull run exactly. And here we go, moving toward the downside, breaking as well the acceleration and channels, of course, and the base channel, and currently ranging inside it. So the highest possibility is this option, and it is of course that we have topped here and we're moving toward the downside in 3 scenarios. One of them has already passed, right? We already reached the first bearish scenario where we have this of course potential WXY and moving toward the upside, but very low possibility. But however, we're gonna see a retracement anyway, and then of course we're gonna see probably continuation toward the downside for the next bearish scenario, which is our CME gap at the 77K and 80K. We need to close this CME gap, which is open exactly here. And of course, we are very close to break this order block here that we have. And of course, once we break this order block, this is our last support before we move massively toward the downside. 77K is the target minimum, of course, to close the CME gap. And then, of course, we take it from there. What's going to happen? And that because it's going to transform, of course, this into several 1, 2s, and our 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5 is gonna hit of course this wave A, and then probably of course we need a wave B because this is an impulse, B and a C toward the downside. Probably 66K would be a nice target, of course, between this range, the strong support here, which is our of course probably trigger for a bull market again. And that because we saw, of course, on the weekly that we are, of course, here in a wave 1. Now, this is considered a wave 1. And then, of course, we have a wave 2 and then 3, 4, 5. So let's mark this as well. Very important as well. So 1, 2, and then 3, 4, 5 for the next bull run. We're going to mark this as well in the orange scenario and in a bigger, here we go. So we're looking for this wave 2, and probably that we're gonna get a very shallow wave 2, which it can be of course around this area, and this area is gonna hit of course the 0.23 probably here, and the 0.23, which is required for a wave 3/3 because we are currently in a 1, 2, and then 3, 4, 5 of a big wave 3. So we are in a wave 3/3 right now. And we're gonna see, of course, probably a shallow wave 2, which is this wave 2 here in a zigzag somehow like this. and moving massively and explosively toward the upside. So looking at the 4-hour chart here, we have, of course, our top of this bull run where we have finished the wave 5. We're looking here at our impulses towards the downside. We have 1, 2 here, of course, an impulse formation of ABC, wave 2, and then, sorry, another 1, 2, and then a leading diagonal for a wave 2 here, and then 1, 2, 3, and currently we are in a wave 4 and a 5 formation. Here to finish a wave 3, of course, for your magenta here scenario as a big 1, 2, and then 3, probably 4 and a 5, and then 4 and a 5, and then 4 and a 5, of course, to finish in between, of course, the CME gap for wave A. So this is the highest possibility right now on the 4-hour chart. For the bullish, of course, this is a bearish. For the bullish scenario is that you have finished a W, X, and a Y in the yellow here. The yellow scenario, of course, we still need anyway one more leg toward the downside to finish the wave Y, yeah, because your wave Y is a zigzag A, B, and a C. Your wave C is 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, so you still need one more leg toward the downside, definitely, and then moving toward the upside, of course, impulsively. We have to be very impulsive, of course, to move towards the upside. This is the first signal that we get, of course, in case we are impulsive again for higher prices. Currently, this is the lowest possibility. And let's take a look as well on a KGT. Of course, on KGT, the 15-minute chart, we can see, of course, we still have some selling pressure. Now, we see a buy signal here, definitely, because this is that we took the low, the maximum low right now, and definitely is gonna put a buy signal, but we still need the divergence to make sure that we are, of course, in a bullish scenario in case it happens. And of course, plus Elliott wave scenario, of course, with a leading diagonal and impulse, anything that it shows a bullish signal. So basically, yeah, still higher possibility for the bearish currently on the 1-hour chart. We would like still to take, of course, as we said yesterday, we're going to hit the blue box. So we have hit it perfectly in between those fib levels right now. And we're still looking for one more leg toward the downside, right? So currently, of course, we still probably gonna, range maybe, but we need some signal, of course, to move for lower. It can still even move higher. It can touch the 0.38. It can do this. Yeah, as a zigzag and then moving towards the downside. We're gonna see how the things are going to work. So as you can see here, yeah, probably because it can be here an this is an impulse, by the way. It can be an impulse 1, 2, and then 3, 4, and a 5, and ABC probably, and then yeah, maybe we are looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as a zigzag here. So we have to be careful with it. Yeah, potentially, I never trade, by the way, corrections, because this is a correction. I never traded, only if I get now the signal toward the downside, of course, to the top of it, plus, of course, a KGT signal, plus bearish here. Then I would take this trade. No financial advice, of course. So be careful. Potential, we're gonna get also a zigzag and then moving toward the downside still, because don't forget that 0.38 and 0.5 is still as well a target for a wave 4 here. That was it for Bitcoin. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.